up, everybody? Yoo-hoo! What up, everybody? YouTube Live. This is yours truly, Rama Screen. Sorry, I've been away these past few days. Haven't given you any update because I was sick. I had a fever and I've been coughing. The fever already broke, but I'm still coughing every once in a while. And if you're wondering, I was wondering too. I was so scared. I thought I had COVID-19, a coronavirus, but I didn't. I don't feel like I have fluid in my lungs, so I think it's just bronchitis. Hopefully, it's not COVID. I haven't gotten myself tested yet, but like I said, the fever broke. I'm doing much better now, but I'm still getting over the cuffs. But yeah, that's the reason why I've been away since Saturday. I apologize about that, but now I'm here um, Thursday morning to give you my live review of Star Trek Picard Season 1, Episode 10, titled Et in Arcadia Ego Part 2. I think Et in Arcadia Ego is Latin, right? So I googled it. Um, it says, wait, it's not Latin. It says here that the source is unknown, but it came into the currency in the 17th century Italy, where it served as shorthand for a sentiment which could be rendered as "Even in Arcadia, I death can be found." Woo! Profound, profound, profound. Um, wow, so many things happening in this episode. So the first half is like action packed, and then the second half is like so deep and enlightening. The conversation with Data, and the bridge in between that. Well, first of all, I forgot to tell you. Just like with many of my reviews of TV episodes that have already aired, like this one, because this episode already aired on CBS All Access. It's already out there in the ether, in the universe. Um, because of that, this is a spoiler filled review. Again, this is a spoiler filled review. There will be spoilers in this video review. Heads up, spoiler alert, you've been warned. There are spoilers. So the bridge between those two halves was Jean-Luc dying. I was like, no. I was, I kid you not. When I watched it, I was a little bit pissed. I was a little bit ticked off a little bit because I was like, dang it. I thought the show already got renewed for second season. What, did they change their mind? Is this a limited series now? It's like instead of an actual series, regular series. Um, excuse me. See, I'm still coughing there. Um, so I was like, no. But luckily, that's not how it ended up. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's start at the beginning. So last week, I mentioned to you that maybe Soji was agreeing with Sutra. Soji was playing along in order to kind of help um, Jean-Luc. He's like, yeah, she's agreeing with Sutra, but behind the scenes, she'll help Jean-Luc. I was wrong. Turns out that role was played by Agnes. Agnes was the secret agent again, and she's the one who bust Jean-Luc out. So Soji actually became somewhat of a believer, and she built this transmitter, and she was so into it. It was like up to the point where Jean-Luc had to really convince her. When Jean-Luc was already flying La Sirena in the space, she's still like stubborn about it. I mean, I don't know, man. I was like, damn it, girl. Can't you listen to Jean-Luc? Come on. He's the one person you can trust. She's like, keep throwing excuses back at him, like, oh yeah? Just like the Federation banned us? Oh yeah? Oh, like you're gonna help us? Like that one? No. Just shut up and listen to him for once. Um, so this whole dilemma or conundrum, I should say, of Romulan warbirds, 213 of them, I believe, coming to attack the planet of Soji's planet, and then the action sequences of with the giant orchids. Um, it's so exciting and so thrilling. I mean, even before the Starfleet show up, I mean that part was awesome, of course. But um, Jean Luc flying La Sirena, yes, yes. I mean, this episode really knows how to get us stoked. It gives us the things that like we want to see, and we the things that we didn't expect to see, but we like it. It's like, really, Jean-Luc flying? All right. It's and it sounded like Jean-Luc. I If I were him, because I got to give him credit. He said like, okay, let's see how much I remember from observing Rios, right? I'm like, if I were him, I would not have even paid attention to Rio, because I'm like, oh, you're a pilot, yeah, fly us there, and that's it. You know, what I'm saying, that's how lazy I am. But turns out Jean-Luc Picard has been like, with his eyes like learning, as he hovers over Rios. It's like, okay, which one's the takeoff button? Which one's the propeller here? uh um the On the ground, it's Rafi, Rios, Narek, and Elnor, trying to prevent Soji from making this transmitter happen. That part, in my opinion, is kind of flawed. Like, so Elnor and Narek, fight off. They fight off the guys that were around Soji, and then Rios throws this thing out of his soccer ball. I mean, I just like it seems the whole sequence is not well coordinated. Like, and it ends so abruptly to the point where, like, really, that's all, that's it. Like, you're not gonna try further to stop Soji, because the rest after Narek gets taken down, Soji's like, okay, let me continue doing my thing. Um, it seems flawed, especially when you have capable, I should say, fighting capable people like Rios and Rafi, Narek, and Elnor around. Um, so that part to me was less than satisfactory. Let's just put it that way. Um, One quick side note: when Narek mentions about the end of times, the story of the two sisters mythology, Ragnarok, Armageddon. It is it is so Bible like. I mean, gnashing teeth, bloods of river. Oh, so graphic. Like you could tell that it's the writers of this episode were just having a blast trying to come up with the most goriest, bloodiest description for that two sisters mythology. Yeah, the guts hanging out and the universe bang each other. And I was like, oh, everything's destroyed, and the whole thing collapsed. Like, okay, he just went one after the next. One description after the next, one destruction after the next. It's hilarious. Um, Another thing I want to note, or I want to ask you this question: how many coffee does Rafi drink? or is it always alcohol? Like, you notice that she's always sipping like a mug or a cup of, I guess I'm guessing coffee. This is not the first episode I noticed. Like, I think she has an addiction. And if you notice at the end of this episode, there's something going on between Rafi and 709. Whoa! Whoa! Chicka pow wow, chicka pow wow. Nice. I did not see that coming. Did you? I had no idea. But I welcome it. Um Speaking of 709, her fight with Rizzo, or Naris, her other name is, I think, Naricia or Nasiria. Well, Narek's sister. That was an excellent fight. Great choreography. And I'm glad that the last part, she's like, "This one's for Hugh," bah! And she kicked her down into the abyss. Oh, so good, so good. Um, when you know me, I told you that I find Agnes annoying. The scientist who killed Bruce Maddox. It seems that, because remember, I asked you guys, like, do you think that the crew will come to the point where when they're just gonna be like, forgive and forget, bygone, bygone, let gone be bygone. I forgot what the phrase is. Um, it's like I asked you guys, like, are they gonna get to that point with her? Turns out, yeah, because it's not like by the end of the episode, it's like, okay, we're gonna go to the Federation to drop off Agnes so she can turn herself in for the murder of Bruce Maddox. No, it seems that like she's just okay. She's part of the family again. And the fact that she helped out Jean Luc, I guess, counts for something. Um, so what I'm getting at is, I guess, as annoyed as I am of Agnes, um, she is one character that I'm gonna have to, grow to like, learn to like, grow accustomed to, because she's not going anywhere. And um, if only there was another character who gets to say the words, but she did in this episode. She managed to say, or she got the opportunity to say Picard's one of Picard's catchphrases, "Make it so," while Picard was flying the La Sirena, and then Agnes says like, "Make it so." I was like, no, why does it have to be Agnes who says it? So I guess I just gotta get over that, irritation of Agnes, because now she says, "Make it so." So it's clear that the writers are like, um, the writers made it so that the other characters or the crews um, have reached the point where they kind of get over um, Agnes's sins, if you will. So yeah, I wish he was somebody else. I wish it was Rafi who said "make it so." It doesn't have to be Picard. Picard could still say the other one, "engage," but Agnes got to say it. um, Will Riker. Oh my God, Will Riker. Oh, Commander Riker, Captain Riker. So, so awesome. Oh, this is what a pleasant surprise. What a great cameo appearance, man. He looks glorious in his Starfleet suit. It brings just back this nostalgia feeling, and it's like, oh man, it's so epic and wondrous and majestic. It's just all these great adjectives that you can throw in there. And then when Riker threatens the Romulan, oh, like, oh, nothing would please me more to kick your treacherous ass. Give me a reason, please. Give me a reason. uh, and then of course, yeah, it ends with Picard and Riker um, commending each other. It's like, Riker, thank you for having my back. Picard says, and Riker's like, hey, no problem. I called to get myself reassigned. I can't let you have all the fun. Oh, so good. It just warms your heart because today we get to see two old best friends, Picard and Riker, and then again two old best friends, Picard and Data. Which leads me to my last point: Jean-Luc and Data conversation. Um, so turns out, um, because I was wondering, like, oh man, Picard died? No, no, that can't be. So everybody was like crying and weeping, but turns out, instead of it being Jean-Luc funeral, it ends up being like Data's funeral, a send off, a farewell to Data. This the last part of this episode is, and which brings tears to your eyes if you are hardcore fans of Star Trek: The Next Generation. And I think the way they execute um, Data's death, he lies on the couch, and then he, as Picard um, unplugs one by one uh, Data's memory. Data, you could see Data's face growing older, and then it just fades. It's beautiful. It's solemn. It's serene. It's sad. Um, it's one of the most iconic characters in the Star Trek universe. It's one of those. There's a lot of great friendships, right? Great buddies in Star Trek universe, like Spock and Kirk, of course, and in this case, Picard and Data, or Picard and Riker. So it really gets you right in the heart, man, right in the heart. Um, and Data said that's his wish. He wants to die. It's like, I want to be finite, and he says something along the lines of, a butterfly that lives forever. A butterfly that lives forever is not a butterfly at all. That's true. That's very true. Very deep. And lastly, thank you, Soji and Agnes, for apparently. Oh, and thank you also, Dr. Alton Sung, for apparently transferring. How do you call? I guess the sci-fi technical part aspect of it, transferring Picard or Jean-Luc's memory into Jean-Luc's body without the brain anomaly. That whole concept kind of got me also wondering, like, okay, it makes me, or it reminds me of Altered Carbon, the Netflix series, the stacks, so people don't really eternally die, so you can transfer consciousness to somebody else's body, or they call it sleeves. So when when that happens here with Jean-Luc, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. I was like, holy crap. Are they going Altered Carbon with Picard? But no, it's not like a different body. The same Picard. Um, and they said that it'll have the same life capacity if he hadn't had the brain anomaly to begin with. So that's convenient. But then again, in science fiction, nobody really ever dies. So anybody can always come back. Um, it's weird that Uh, Narek, we don't know what happened to Narek. Is he a prisoner aboard La Sirena? We don't know. I don't remember seeing him. Um, so after that attempt to bring down Soji's transmitter, Narek's just gone. So, but unlike his sister, he survives. He lives. So I guess we're gonna see him in season two. Um, but that last shot at the end, whew, so cool. Picard's crew, everybody in their roles, in their seats. Um, and then Picard says, "Engage." Ah, so cool, so awesome. And credit to Rios for not being angry about Picard flying La Sirena. If I were Rios, I would probably have a conversation, a talk at least, with Jean Luc. Like, oh, dude, oh, you could have crashed my baby. This is my baby right here. This is my ship. The Romulan could have shouted, "To Kingdom Come." What were you thinking? But I think they're just happy that Picard is back alive again. So overall, um, such a great episode, great season finale. I think the decision to to have this season one be Borg heavy and to involve Romulans, to involve uh, and to be data heavy. The season one is also data centered, if you will. The decision to have season one be that way is smart on Michael Chabon and Akiva Goldsman and Alec Kurtzman's part. The talents behind or the showrunners behind this show. It's smart because it it speaks to what we Star Trek: The Next Generation fans are familiar with about Picard. Um, before maybe in season two we're gonna have Picard and the crew um, venture into new territory, meeting new villains. Starting out with something nostalgic, familiar. That's like easing into it. So it's like okay, this is the this is to guarantee that this is the Picard that you knew. We're not messing with your Picard, and we're taking good care of him and his arc. I think it's a smart move. I like it. I like it. Um, I I don't know if season two is gonna happen now that we have this shutdown all over the country. Hopefully, this shutdown will be finished by summer. So then productions on movies like the Batman and um, productions on TV shows could start again. I love how today's episode starts out with an image of Star Trek Discovery. It's like Star Trek Discovery new season. So hopefully that one already shot their episodes. So then we can just wait. But then again, well, hopefully they also did the post production. Because just like the Walking Dead season 10 finale, they shot it, but they didn't get to finish the post production because of coronavirus shutdown. So now we're not gonna get to have season finale. So I guess without rambling too much further, I'm hoping that this whole thing with COVID-19 will blow over, so we can get season two of Picard because this season one is awesome. It was so good. I enjoyed it. I'm so glad that Picard is back. So all right, thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in to this live review, spoiler filled review of Star Trek Picard season one, episode 10, season finale. Um, Share your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell. And if you can help support me, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this.